So today I'm going to show you how I put some fresh transmission fluid into a 2016 Ford Fusion. It's a good idea to do this because, like most hybrids, the motor generators share the same fluid as the transmission, so there's a fair amount of wear in the fluid. And you want to use the Mercon LV, and I'm going to use this empty bottle as a home pump to get this fluid into the transmission. We'll get into that a little bit later, but essentially I'm using a 3/8" automotive hose pressed firmly onto a cap, and then this 3/8" vinyl hose fits nicely inside of the 3/8" automotive hose. So we'll get back to that in a little bit. This vinyl tubing is the perfect size to fit snugly into the filler hole for the transmission. This is a 10mm socket, which we'll need to remove the undershield. And you're also going to need a 14mm socket for the filler plug of the transmission. This is a 3/16" Allen wrench that we're going to need to remove the drain plug. And to begin, go ahead and turn your steering wheel all the way to the left. That's going to give you a little bit better access to where we're working. And lift the car up. As you can see, I've already removed some of the bolts for the undershield. The undershield takes long enough to get off that it's probably a good idea to do this along with an oil change just to save time. I'll do a quick walk around so that you can see there's 10 or 11 of these bolts holding the undershield on the car. And then here's the 14mm to remove the filler plug. Always a good idea to find and make sure you can loosen the filler plug before you drain the fluid out of the transmission. So as you can see, right in front of the left front axle is the 14mm hex head for the filler plug. Let me give you a closer look. Okay, so it's this head right here in front of the axle. And once you've managed to loosen that, you can find it, the drain plug, because it's directly underneath the filler. So again, go straight down. This is the drain plug. It doesn't look anything like the filler plug. So again, directly below the filler is the drain plug. The drain plug is a simple plug with a tapered thread, and it's designed to be removed with a 3/16" Allen wrench. It also has thread seal on it. And once you pull it out, this is what it looks like. And it's got thread seal on it. And it's also magnetized. I've already cleaned it off. And this is the fluid that came out. I'll show you the color. Again, this vehicle only has 80,000 miles, not 150. But this is the color of the fluid. We can compare it to fresh fluid. It's a little bit darker, but it's not too bad. And that's good. You don't want the fluid to be so different that it's going to shock the transmission. Now let's see how much we got out. In this case, less than 4 quarts came out. But it's a good idea to have about 5 quarts on hand, just in case. It'd be easier to bring a quart back than to have to stop the job and go get another. So now I'm going to transfer the fresh fluid into the empty bottle that I'm going to use to pump into the filler hole. First, let's go ahead and tighten the drain plug. 71 inch-pounds isn't much, 6 foot-pounds. That's snug. That's why the thread seal's on there. So now you can see the vinyl tubing fits just snugly into the filler hole. And on the other end is the cap for the bottle. So I'm going to go ahead and screw the bottle on. Once everything's in place, I'm going to lift the bottle upside down into the high side of the wheel well and gently squeeze the fluid into the transmission. And since we're only doing a little less than 4 quarts, just be patient. It doesn't take too long. When you're done, you'll know it. The fluid will come backing out. Just go ahead and wipe off the excess. Put your filler plug back on. And the torque is the same. It's only 71 inch-pounds, which is about 6 foot-pounds. Not all that tight, so don't over-tighten these. Once you've done that, now you can put your undershield on and get all those 10mm bolts back in place. I'll try to speed through this a little bit, but again, I think it's a good idea to do this a little more often than 150,000 miles. It's not going to hurt anything to get some fresh fluid in there because those motor generators and the transmission are both sharing that same fluid. Well, I hope this video helped you guys out. If so, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you know anybody else trying to do this, please do share this video. Thanks for watching.